All right, back at it once again. An OG told me, and we're gonna start things off with a quote from Jackson today. What you got, man?
I've got, sit with the people who protect your name in your absence.
Sit with the people who protect your name in
Your absence. So when you're not there, people are always are holding your name in high regard or in just good regards. They're not talking.
I like that. Is that, who's that from?
I have no idea. I scrolled through it. I saw like one of those inspirational type quotes. They didn't have a certain name to it. I guess it's unknown.
Okay.
I mean, we've all heard it and said it.
Yeah.
So
that's a good quote. What do you think of that, Q?
I like it, but as usual, I have a question.
Like for me or just in general?
About the quote.
Okay.
Sit with people who what?
Protect your name when you are not there in your absence.
But what if your name is trash?
Well, then they can call you receptacle, bin.
So you're saying you've already ruined your reputation?
Yeah, dude.
Well, if you've already ruined your name, then you have bigger problems than who you're hanging out with.
Then probably not a lot of folks sitting with you if you already ruined your name.
Say it again.
So there's probably not a lot of people sitting with you if you ruined your name.
If they trash too.
Oh, I guess I suppose you could, misery loves company.
What?
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, you're absolutely correct. Yes.
No,
you're right. You're right.
Like birds of a feather.
Yes.
So if it's trash people sitting with and they representing your name when you're not around because you trash too, is that a positive quote?
I don't know. I mean, I guess like if somebody had already like ruined their name, right, for whatever reason, and then they're hanging out with other people that have ruined their name. I mean, like I said, misery loves company. I mean, at some point, when you mix everybody together, someone's going to get.
So are you
stabbed.
saying that if somebody's name is trash, right, they've already ruined their reputation?
And let's say the people that they're sitting with are not.
No, but this quote is for like, keep people around you, right?
Keep good people
but
around
when you're not there and other people are talking bad about you.
Oh, that's where we're coming with it?
Well, that's how I took it.
That's how I took the quote too. As like,
so like, you know what I mean? Like if I leave the room, I'm not around.
Yeah.
And then somebody's in here talking bad about me in front of you two.
Yeah.
I would expect you to
lump them up.
Well, not necessarily do that.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, but to know that that's not how I move, and to know that I'm a stand-up guy, and that I don't I have a better reputation.
But what about if they're not the correct person to do that for you?
What do you mean?
Well, what about the person that's standing up for you don't have a good reputation, and their word is not bond?
The person standing up for you?
Yeah. You leave the room.
Well, that's not who you should be hanging out with if they don't have a good reputation.
All right.
I mean, wouldn't that be like...
It's all encompassing, right?
Yeah.
People who have good reputations, and then you keep your reputation solid as well.
Basically, it's just like, always just surround yourself with good people, solid people. That's kind of how I saw it. So then that way, you don't have to worry about it when you're not around.
I truly just like to see if I can dissect something and mess it all up.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Is that okay?
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But, I mean, you agree with the quote?
Yeah, I do. I just like to beat it up. Pause.
Yeah, whoa. Whoa.
Man, it's not. Did the sun go down yet?
I'll be over here. It ain't that type of show.
I don't know.
It's not that type of show.
But good quote. I agree with it. So what's new, man? I know it's been snowing a lot.
I'm mad.
Why are you
Why
mad?
you mad?
I want it to stop.
You don't like the snow. See, I like the snow around this time.
I hate you.
It's Christmas time.
So what?
Nah, man, it's supposed to be cold and snowy in Christmas.
Say that to the Arizona person.
Well, I didn't grow up in Arizona. I'm here.
I can't see.
But December 26th, I would like it to be spring. I mean, really, I'm over the snow.
After Christmas, I'm out cutting the lawn by June for January
I'm over
1st.
the cold.
Yeah.
December 26th.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it for right now. I'm good.
I mean, I like the snow because it's work for me.
For sure.
now.
Exactly. So you've been busy the past few days, right?
Yeah, yes, I have. But it's good to be busy though. So I'm happy about it. But I mean, it's like snow and grass as far as like work goes, usually it's going to snow every year,
Yep.
every winter, and there's always going to be grass that needs to be done. So it's kind of like, you know, I look at it as like having a trash man. You know, every Monday the trash guy comes. Someone's got to take the trash. You know, someone's got to move the snow. So it's just job security.
Yep.
Is the way I look at it.
No, absolutely.
You know? And then because I'm new to this, it reminds me like when I first started doing photography. So when I first started doing photos, I was like still learning, and so I was wanting to practice with as many people as like I did shots for you. I've done shots for sorts of other people, right? And so I started out doing photos for free for people, just so I could, you know, build up,
learn the craft,
build my skill set up. And it's kind of the same thing I'm noticing now, like when I'm out and about. So you see the guys in their trucks and their plows, and they're out doing commercial stuff, and they're out there, they're working it. You know, I'm just a guy cruising around with a couple of snowblowers in the back of my pickup, I'm totally okay with that. I don't need all that stuff because I'm doing residential.
Do you have a plow in your truck?
I used to. I had to plow in my old red truck.
Okay.
And that was just, the houses that I'm doing now, their driveways just aren't big enough for me to use a plow. So it's kind of like, it'd be an unnecessary expense to purchase it right now. I got like 2 snowblowers for $400.
There you go.
And they work just fine. And my son comes with me. I pick him up and we knock it out and we get it done. And a couple of snowblowers and some shovels, bags of salt, good to go. But, you know, like I was saying, so like here, like, so when I see all these other guys that are doing commercial properties and stuff like that, that is my goal at some point.
To build up and get into
To build up, to get the commercial. But the whole plan is to have a residential side of the snow and lawn, and then have commercial snow and lawn, and then I'll still keep purchasing properties, and then I'll still manage my properties and do the work on my properties. But then I'd like to be able to maybe buy a truck next year or at the end of the summer, and then get more accounts. So then I can do an account, my son can do an account, then I can set someone else to do an account, do that for a winter, come back again, try it again, do the same.
Just keep scaling.
Keep scaling up, whether it's snow, grass, and then eventually I'll get there. Like I was telling one of the neighbors that I was working by, I was like, I'm giving myself another 10 years. So once I turn 60, I'm turning the keys over to my kids, and you guys just every Friday just send Dad a check. Let them go out and run it. And so that's kind of the plan. And hopefully, after I'm long gone, my kids will still have it, and my grandkids I'll still have the properties and stuff like that. And then now we're kind of working on putting everything into a living trust. So the business, everything, the house, my house, the rental properties, everything will go into a living trust.
You got to.
And then that way, you know, if something happens, it's Uncle Sam's not going to get his grubby little hands on it. So,
folks, do not just rely on the will. You need a trust.
Oh,
You do not want to end up in probate.
No. That is for everybody. Even if you ain't got you don't need to have billions of dollars. It's good just to have a will, what you want to have done if something were to happen.
Both is good.
I'm sorry.
Both. Will and trust.
Yeah, will and trust is good.
Just don't rely on the will.
Yeah, don't rely on the will.
It's debatable in court.
And probate is. Yeah, they love that probate. They'll drag that out, and by the time you get anything out of by the time the state, whatever it is, gets their little grubby hands on something but yeah. So that's just our plans as far as work goes, stuff like that.
Yeah, good, man.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. How about you, Q? Business, good?
Yeah, it's good. It's
I
good.
You've been busy.
It's been really busy, which is a good thing. That means I'm doing my job. I'm playing my part in the community, which is all good. Right now it's basketball season, high school basketball season, and I'm enjoying watching good things out of the kids playing that have trained during the summer. They're balling out. Love it.
It's good.
Keep it up.
Well, that's good, coach. That's good, coach. I like that.
Yeah. No, that is good, man. What do you have any goals for this season, as far as because I know you're coaching too, right? So any goals for the season for the team?
I'm just right now it's so busy, right? Life is busy, training is busy, coaching. So right now trying to do as much as I can on this, being an assistant, right, for the community.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going well. What did you ask?
Goals for your
Goals?
team, for the team this season.
Man, it's never basketball related. My goals for community rec. It's never basketball oriented. It's being a positive role model and mentoring these kids in the community is mentoring them to know that they have the opportunity to be something bigger than what they can see or visualize. Again, not basketball related. The goal is can I impress upon them that discipline is good.
Yeah. Because that carries over all areas
Through
of
everything.
life, right?
Yeah.
It's not just sports.
Yeah.
Right.
The goal is, can I teach them how to have a next play mentality? Because yes, that transfers over. So things like that is not about your crossover, your jump shot. That's at least that's not my goal when I help the community. Like, I'm really trying to make sure, like just on Sunday, one kid was moving from one team that I'm assisting with and moving over to another, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna see you. Where you been? Blah, 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 you know. Well, you know, I can't get over there, da, 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 and plus I wasn't gelling, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, that's fine. Your head is right. Remember what we talked about? Yada, yada. You know, that type of thing is like, I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're playing ball. Keep your head right. Stay out of trouble. Look for the good things. Don't get pulled down. Be careful who you're sitting with, right?
Yeah.
That type of thing. That's more, for me, that's more of the.
No, I guess
This time of year.
that's one of the things that like I really do miss about playing sports as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up playing baseball, soccer, hockey. Constantly, I was playing sports, and it was always literally some of the best friends I ever made were the guys that I played hockey with and that I grew up with. Were all the sports I grew up. Everybody that I played sports with growing up are literally some of the best guys that I've had the privilege to hang out with. You know, and you build these lifelong friendships with things because you go through things together as a team. You win as a team, you lose as a team.
Right.
You know, everything is. It's about finding something bigger than yourself or being a part of something that's more than you. Mm-hmm. And the things that I've learned, from either taking losses or coaches because I wasn't trying hard enough, I had to sit out a period or something. You know, there were consequences for the things,
Yeah.
And then especially as you get into like the high school league, everything runs by minutes, like how many minutes you're gonna play. And there's 60 minutes in a game, and granted, you're not gonna play all 60 minutes, you might play 20, 25, which is a lot for, shifts and playing hockey anyways. That's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of time. But like I said, you've learned that's just one thing that I'm grateful for, that I had good coaches, I had excellent players with me, and we may not have been like the greatest teams ever.
But you took something away.
But we took something away from it, and we had fun.
Yeah. There's a way as a coach, trainer, whatever you are, right? Mentor, role model. There's always a way through sports to sneak in those values.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then you say sneak in. Yeah, you got to sneak this stuff in, because right off the bat, they don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want it.
They already know.
Yeah,
They know it all.
You starting to talk that shit. Nah, man.
They tune you out, right?
Yeah, they tune you out so quick. So you gotta be real clever how you move with them. You know what I'm saying? And how you come across to them. If you come across to them like, "Well, come on there, Johnny," you know what I'm saying? They're like, "Man, this
square,
this cornball,
he doesn't,
man,
right?
He's square. I'm not listening to nothing you're saying, right?" So I literally have to go back to where I come from sometimes to communicate to certain kids.
Yeah.
So when they see that, I'm gonna keep it real. When they see like, oh dang, I feel like coach from, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm him. Like I know all about it. Like, and I'm telling you, bruh, it's not cool.
Right.
Don't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, because if we don't do that as a community, I mean, every single person, we're going to continue to have games shut down, canceled, in the middle of the damn game.
Right.
In Minnesota. Right? What is that? What I was looking, you know, everyone knows what I'm talking about. Like, I wanted to see the end of that game.
You
right?
talking about the
you know, yeah.
Tartan and Hopkins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were
you there?
Them kids no, I wasn't there because I
What happened?
You know.
Maybe I missed out. What happened?
Well, there was a big fight that broke out at the Hopkins Tartan game.
Two of them.
Oh, two of them.
Yeah, the first one was a little scuffle. People started spreading out, whoop-de-whoop, you know.
And then they resumed the game.
And then I don't know if it stopped anything, but, you know, then they started.
Was it the players or was it the fans?
Fans.
No, it's fans.
You can't even say fans because y'all not there to see basketball.
No,
that shit pisses me off, man. Because y'all not even there you're taking away from them. So I get really passionate about it because I know I don't care if you're 4th grade, 5th grade, or if you're a junior or senior. Every one of these kids have stood the discipline and everything to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not playing if you didn't come to practice.
Yeah.
Right. Every day. Right. So they put in on this, and you're not there to celebrate them. You're there to squad with
someone you don't even know.
Or you do know them. Why y'all bringing it here?
Right.
Y'all taking away from these kids that are listening to the coaches that are trying to mentor and get them a better life and viewpoint. And the same thing that we're teaching them to stay away from, you're bringing it to their area as they're trying to perform. It's ass backwards. Yeah. Y'all need to quit.
I mean,
keep that shit at home. Keep it on your block. Quit bringing it to the gyms. Stay at home.
Yeah, because they're ruining it for everybody.
Ruining it for everybody. Them kids work hard, man. They listen to all this cornball shit, what y'all call it, right? And then they withstand all that. They deal with that. They get the coaches all in their face. Blah, 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 blah. They deal with all these things just to get to the most important part, which is to perform in the game. And y'all take it from them. Right. That's not cool. So anyway, cut it out.
At some point, at some point, we got to raise our children better than we're raising our children.
Yep.
Well, that goes back to not every household. Some households be the kids.
Right.
They got doctors and nurses raising the kids.
I understand. I mean, I'm not. There's every family is different, obviously.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But it's still at some point, if mom and dad are the typical mom and dad parents, they get up, they go to work, they got a real nice life, and little Timmy, for some reason, wants to go out and run the streets, right? Mom and dad think Timmy's doing fine, but he's really out running wild. What I think we need to do is we need to figure out why Timmy wants to go run wild and get into all types of mischief. You know, and then
it's appetizing.
It may be appetizing.
It's a sense of belonging because maybe at home there's so much discipline, and I feel like rebellious or whatever, right? I don't want to be accountable for that dad what he's putting down.
Right. I mean,
it's too much. It's too hard.
I mean, like
so you're saying it's too much discipline. Or
the parents are too strict.
See, sometimes
it could be either or, right?
Right, because what I'm saying is like it could happen with the moms and dads. I'll do it that way because I'm from a dad perspective. But I'm on my P's and Q's as a parent.
Yep.
Right. Which means that child is always having to be accountable because there's no timeout. There's no time off, is there?
Not being a parent.
It's constant, right?
Yep.
So for them, it's constant. Mom, dad, they always on me. So the accountability is there, right? So now what I feel happens is there's some distance that happens, right? Mm-hmm. I think that amount of distance leaves room for parents that are doing it correctly, leaves room for them to be more loose and more accepted over here. however over here got there. It could have been an in-between person that got you way over here with ties to it, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, I taste a little this, I taste a little that. I'm like, oh, I dig this. This is exciting. It's cool. It's known as the vibe, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. And now it goes from that to now you're affiliated with it. Now it goes from being affiliated with it, well, now you might as well be in it. And now you see what I'm saying? It's just a continuous progression up.
Yeah. I would say though, the what you're describing happens quite a bit, right? But I would say more often than not, it's a lack of discipline than too much discipline.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't want us to get, what I want to make sure we do is to let that, you can't be naive parents that are on their P's and Q's and not know.
Right.
I don't want you to be surprised because today's generation, sorry to do it to you, but y'all good at what you do. You're good at what you do. You're really good at hiding it. You're really good at masking it, right? You know how to show this, but be that.
Right.
I feel like they're better than
They're like actors.
the OGs at it, to be honest with you.
They're better at being fake, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, but then, like, as much as cool as you think it is now to be doing like what the kids are doing and all this wild stuff, at some point you're going to grow up and you're going to have absolutely nothing in your life.
Right.
You're going to have no discipline. You're going to have maybe a poor work ethic when it comes to even just a regular job or just a work ethic, whether it be studies or whatever it is you're doing. You know, putting forth a good effort into something, like taking pride in your work. And the more, I can just speak for myself, because at one point when I was done playing sports, I wanted to do the party thing, right? And your boy could party. I don't party anymore, but there was a time in my life where if I could drink it, I could snort it, I could smoke it, never shot it, nothing like that, but just a good time party drugs, right? And for a long time, I was in that party mode, and I probably wasted, honestly, 10, 15 years just to partying and, you know, wanting to get fucked up and, you know, for getting all tore up. And then here I am now, and I'm just like, And I was talking to my wife about it the other day. I was like, you know, I kind of really wish, instead of like me being, like once I was done playing sports, I really wish I had a little more discipline within myself. Because then I would have started this lawn service and snow removal company way back when I was in high school.
Right.
And then I could have had, instead of those years that I wasted, you know, being a jerk, I could have been building something positive. I mean, I had kids and I had a wife and I had jobs, but like the partying was more important. And then finally, I think it was a Mother's Day. I was out partying with some buddies and I never came back home to my own home where my wife was, and I skipped my mom's house altogether totally, and I was just out partying. And then when I realized it was Mother's Day, I felt I was about this big. And then that was kind of the point where I was like, you know what? I think I need to stop. And then after the year after I stopped partying like that, then that's when I wanted, after I stopped partying like that, then it was probably a few years after that. And then that's when I had the aortic aneurysm on my heart. And then that was the point when like everything changed for me. And I was like, you know what? I had an aortic aneurysm on the ascending part of my aorta. So like if your heart sits in the middle of your chest, and then you have your ascending part of the aorta that comes up, it wraps around and it runs down to your stomach. But the aorta aneurysm was right on the base of the heart. So if it would have ruptured, I would have just insinuated and just bled out right away. So when I went and saw the heart doctor, and he's like, yeah, well, first of all, you need to have surgery. He's like, and he was just so nonchalant about it. He's like,
matter factual type.
He's like, yeah, well, he was like, well, we're going to do a cold fusion surgery. I'm like, what's that? He's like, well, we're going to bring your body temperature down to just above freezing. And then we shut you off, and then we stick a little tube in your brain, and we take your blood and we recycle it and put it on it's like a big machine, like the size of the wall. And it puts oxygen into your bloodstream, right, into the blood, and then they pump that back into your brain. and they shut you. I was out for like 7-8 hours.
But you're clinically dead.
I was clinically dead. Because I remember I asked him, and I'll never forget, I was like, pretend like, like I had 5th grade science in me. And like I was taught that when your heart stops, he was like, yeah, you're dead. He's like,
matter of fact,
he was just so nonchalant. He's like, well, yeah, you're dead, but we
got
sew
you.
you back up.
Yeah,
and
we got you.
He was
you, bro.
He's like, yeah. we do our thing, and then boom, we start you back up, and you're good to go. He's like, we start you up like a car.
They told him I'm gonna take you out for a little bit. Man. I got you though, bro.
That's
I got
crazy.
you.
It was, I'm telling you, it was like, I remember coming home after that.
Nonchalant enough for you?
I came home from that
that's
doctor's
crazy.
appointment. I looked at my wife. I was like, I'm gonna be dead for like 7 hours, and I told her the whole thing. And my mom was still with us, and we went and did the thing. And I'll never forget this, right? So like, like when you're watching those movies, and they're like hospital movies, and they show like the gurney, and the lights are over their head, and there's like the person's in their chair, and the lights are going. Now, I've always been someone who believed in God, right? Like I believed in God, but I was raised Catholic, but I never really had that like relationship. I was always felt like I had to earn the things, and it was a very self-defeating, because it was like, oh, well, I sinned again, God hates me, right?
Yeah.
So my mom is the one that really is the one who got me on my whole relationship with Christ and all that. But I remember going in, and I was like, if you could just do me a favor, and just, if you bring me back, if you get me through this, I promise I will change my life. I will seek you out more. I'm too young to die, and I don't, because I knew if I died, as I'm wheeling in, I knew I wasn't going to heaven, right? So I'm thinking this while I'm walking, while they're wheeling me in, and so I'm like, if I die and this doesn't go right, I've always thought I was, but I don't have this relationship like I thought I did, right? Like, I don't think God knows He knows who I am, but I haven't took the time to like read the scriptures and to build that relationship, and then to take my faith and then work with my faith and live it outward, and just become the man who I've become today.
Right.
And it was literally one of the most terrifying things in my life. It's like because it's a 50-50 chance. Those were the odds.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50-50. 50-50. You're either going to work or you're not. Those were your odds. And anybody that gambles, 50-50, you can go either way.
Yeah.
Right? And then I was thinking about that as they're wheeling me in, and I was really, really starting to put together how this life is, right? And how actually kind of is as bad and kind of crappy as the world seems to be. I mean, I still think we're all pretty blessed and lucky enough to have life.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Creator has given us life, and we are here. He's created us for a purpose. I feel like I'm kind of now just kind of finally coming in to what my purpose is. Like I was talking with you before we even started this, it was like I want to do something, but I want to do something that's meaningful. I want to be able to do a podcast where we can all talk to kids, adults, or whatever, and just kind of share parts of our lives, or like I'm willing to share. My life's an open book. If you ask me, I'll tell you. But now I'm grateful. I'm thankful that we can sit down and do something like this, and I'm really glad that I'm actually still here.
Right. Absolutely, man.
We're
glad about that too, man.
Right. And I really can't stress it enough that I know life, especially right now, everything is kind of chaotic right now. But even in all that chaos, if you look for it, there is some beautiful things that are out there.
Absolutely.
And focus more on the beautiful things. That's, like I said, like we talked before this, I'm trying to take 30 days and no more doom scrolling, just get all the brain rot out and only read things and put things into my life that are going to build me up.
Yep.
And then that's how you can build others up, is by the Lord builds you up, you take that out and you build others up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Start shining, man.
Yeah. So
they say that darkness is basically the absence of light.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right? That's all it is.
Yep.
So as many people as we can get to have that outlook
let the light in, right?
Yeah, you got to let your light shine. No one takes a candle and puts it under a bed or a basket. You put it in the highest place to illuminate the whole house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, there they go talking that bullshit again, man. I need money on my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The more you party and you talk about you need that money, you're gonna get fast money goes fast. Everybody knows that. Everybody. So if you're out there doing the hand-to-hand combat, making your money, doing whatever you're doing, the cash you're gonna get, you're gonna spend it just as quick as you get it. You know?
And they take it all anyway.
Yeah. I mean, honest to God, your best bet is if you are gonna do that type of profession, always just stick some under your mattress. Think about investing in the things that are actually gonna have value, you know, like purchasing a home or buying a car does nothing for you. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value right away. You know, houses don't depreciate, you know, I mean, and that's again, that's something else that I wish I would have learned at an earlier age. You know?
Or you just get it the right way. Nobody can take nothing from you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Get a
How about
job,
that?
get a job, just work it.
Or you don't even gotta, if you about that life, that must mean you got some type of entrepreneurship to yourself. And at this day and age, it makes no sense to do it the illegal way when there's so many other types of hustles that are legal.
Exactly.
You can make more money doing it.
Online. You can make money online. And honestly, these days, with cameras everywhere, you're gonna get caught. If you're doing something illegal, you're gonna get caught. Eventually, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, it's a matter of time, so.
Yeah. Everybody's luck. You only get everybody's luck. Everyone's got a certain amount of time for whatever they're doing, and sooner or later, when the gig's up, it's up.
Yeah.
And what I hear is, I could do that. I could do that bid, right? I could do it. That ain't nothing. My uncle whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, yada, yada, right? But they didn't chew.
Right.
You don't know until you there, and you're gonna find out who's a man and who's not. They're gonna find out, and you're gonna find out real quick. A lot of people that think they this and that ain't how it go when you get there.
I think it's just a lot of false bravado.
And they gonna check right away. The first day.
They're gonna check for paperwork, and your paperwork better be good.
First day. They not giving you a night. You're not even, come on, man. Some of you don't need to be ready for it. So if you approach it a certain way in life, you just don't have to. So I don't understand why we keep choosing to do it. I don't see how it's so glamorous when it's really not glamorous. It kills me.
I don't think it's glamorous. I think it's...
Well, you know it's not glamorous.
I know, but I think, honestly, it's like... It's easier nowadays, I think, for people to pick up a gun, to do what they're gonna do, because they don't... It's just easier, because they're afraid to take an ass whooping, is what it is. Like, my opinion is why all these youngsters are out there running around shooting or whatever it is they're doing. They're afraid to take an ass whooping. You know, there's something about pride, that pride is the death of us all. Like, I've got a buddy who I've known forever, and he's kind of going through some things right now, and he's kind of a prideful man, right? And he was like, I'm kind of going through it right now. And I was like, bro, don't let your pride ruin whatever the rest of your life you have left. You got to let that go. And it's okay to be humble. It's okay to not be prideful, you know. But I think that's when someone's like, well, I can do that, and it's just, you know, it's only 5 years. I can do 5 years. I mean, 5 years is a long time when you're being told what to eat. Doors are open when you go. They control all of your movements. Yeah. That's a long freaking time. Now, and you even see the people that are in there that are doing life. They're always telling the young kids, stop going down this road. You don't want to be in here. It's not the place to be. And I worry about the kids. I worry about, I don't know what happened. I was driving home today from work, and we were in Oakdale, and I saw the SWAT team with their big militarized MTAC car, a bunch of cops. Something happened over off of Ivy. I don't know what happened. I left to come down here, so I'm gonna check the news out for it. But I'm hoping it had nothing to do with like a school or anything like that. It's just kids are, nowadays, they have so many distractions. in so many things that they see on these devices, and then they start to think that, oh, that is what my life, oh, they're living a great life, I'm not doing that. And everything on these phones, it's 100% BS.
Yeah. So Tony, so what do you tell a person or a younger person when they feel like they made a mistake? They made a mistake, and woe is me, and now I feel like it's a mountain to change, right? I'm down on my grades. I don't see me coming off this D to doing what y'all telling me to do. I got caught, blah, blah, blah. I almost ended up in juvie. They just feel like they didn't fucked up so much. There is no turning around to do. I want to do what you're talking about, but it seemed like a mountain to overcome.
Yeah. I mean, I would say to that, as long as you're still breathing, you can make a change. You can. You know, you woke up this morning, you opened your eyes, God blessed you with another day, so you could definitely make a change. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but if you're going down the wrong path, it makes no sense to keep going down that path. Eventually, you do have to turn around, and it might take you a little while to get back off that path and get back on the right path. But the time is gonna pass anyway, so you might as well spend that time getting back on the right path and getting it together. And learning from those mistakes, right? Like, now you know what not to do, so don't do it again. I don't really think there's anything wrong with making mistakes. Well, I mean, it depends on the mistake, obviously. There's severe mistakes that, unfortunately,
are they, if they're severe, are they really a mistake, or was it intentional?
That's true. But, sometimes you see people making, mistakes is how we learn.
Yes.
So I don't really think it's an issue making a mistake, but if you continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, you're not learning the lesson. That's where the issue comes in. So you can turn it around. Absolutely. But it's going to take work and effort.
But see, my cousin, he did the 2, then he ended up doing another 5, and now he got to do they looking at 20. But you calling it a mistake, but that's the way of this world. It ain't a mistake. So I really ain't got to deal with this mountain, because my cousins, my uncles, this is what we do, man.
Well, I would say if it's not a mistake, then it's a choice. And he's been making bad choices. And, bad choices lead to bad results, so you get what you get.
Just because you grow up in a family where it seems to be the mantra of where men are wind up going to prison and being in prison for their entire lives, or 20 years or whatever, just being locked up in general. And if you growing up and you're seeing your uncles doing that, and you're seeing your dads and whoever doing that, remember, children are sponges, and they see and they learn by watching the things that the adults around them do.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I know, cuz. Like, what you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing. You ain't said nothing about me, how I can make some money, dude. So you really ain't you talking nonsense right now. Just saying.
I just tell you, get a job.
That's what I would say, too.
That's how you can get that money.
It's not paying enough, bro.
Get another one.
It's not paying enough, man. When I know I can go right out here.
Yeah, you can go get quick, easy money, but easy money can lead to easy jail. And money isn't everything. You can't take it with you when you go. You just got to stay here. What is it?
But here's what I would say to that person. It's my favorite phrase in the whole world. FAFO. Fuck around and find out. So keep doing what you're doing, and you will fuck around and find out. Karma is undefeated. So keep going down that road. We already told you where it leads, but you'll fuck around and find out.
Yeah, you right.
You're just on the fast track to getting there.
Yeah, you fuck around and find out what jail was like, state like, and Fed is a whole nother story. Right. And that's what he's talking about. You're gonna fuck around.
And I would also like to say, if you are effing around and finding out, and when you do find out, you can't play the "oh woe is me" card.
Right.
You knew what was going to happen if you go down there. Right?
Yeah, you're not a victim.
Everyone takes that chance.
You're not a victim. You put yourself in those circumstances.
If you want to get the fast money, then you're going to take the chances. It's just par for the course.
It's hard to play the victim when you're dead.
Well, yes, that is an OG told me.
I like that. I would turn that into a shirt.
It's hard to play the victim
if you're dead. Yeah, right? And dead is permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, then you can't turn it around.
You can't turn it around.
No.
And then your family members miss you, you're gone. Yeah. People that loved you and care about you, you're gone. You're not here anymore. You're never coming back.
Right.
And that's going to hurt someone. It's going to hurt your mama. You're going to hurt your granny, your auntie, somebody. Look, everybody's got somebody that loves them. You know what I mean? Everyone has someone that loves them. And then when you're gone, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because my crew, my clique, they love me. We do this for the love.
Yeah, I think you should get a new clique.
Man, look. It sound nice, cuz. It sound nice.
Yep, it is nice.
Yeah, but you're getting on my nerves. that's
Hand
how
me
it
my
go.
backpack, man.
No. I'm not being accessory. My back's getting real now.
I'm just encouraging.
I'm going to have to be honest. I'm going to have to, Q, let's get out of here. If it's time to get back, we got to go.
Yeah, he's going too far.
I don't know what you're going to do with this, but
I'm telling what we're dealing with.
Oh, man.
He's going straight to the back. That ain't no mentorship, bro.
Q's coming with me. If I got to put him on my back, we out of here.
Oh, man. I want to go back for a second, though. We were talking about the coaching and then playing on teams, sports, and, like, working towards a common goal. Did you guys see the headline? There was some football. It was a football team from Philly. I think high school, so, like, but early teens, like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. They went down to Florida to play for a championship, a football championship. And 8 of their players, before the game, they went to a Dick's Sporting Goods and they stole like $2,000 worth of merchandise. So, you know, the manager of the store called the police. They arrested them, and they weren't able to play in the game. The team got destroyed. So I assume they were probably pretty good players and they were starters. But one thing that stood out to me is that the coach, he was pleading with the officers to not arrest them. Don't you have anything better to do than arrest these kids? And then when the officers wouldn't relent, then he went to the manager of the store and was like trying to get them to drop charges. And it was just like, when you said like being a good role model and being a mentor, what type of example does that set? You know, it's like there's no accountability there.
That's so, not to say I'm Mr. All Great. I'm not saying that. I done made many mistakes.
Yeah, we all have.
That's what helps me to do what I'm doing now, right? For real. So the problem is you got people in this role that's in it for the wrong reason. They in it for the wins.
Right.
But the wrong wins. I'm trying to win. At one point in my life, I was trying to win souls, right? And that doesn't leave you. That's always going to be in you with that. When you truly care about human beings, right? When you ministering to blah, blah, blah. I may not be doing that right now, but I'm put here for a reason, right? So I don't care about the wins. I care about you winning to get past what you see, right? I don't see past 18. I've been there. I didn't think there's no way in the world. When I was 9, 10, 11, 12, around in those areas, I did not see past 16. I knew there was no way I was going to make it past 16. There's no way. Yeah. What I'm dealing with every day, we're talking about death. We're like, well, you talking about 50-50? Shit. Right? So where I'm getting with that, I got to get to that. I'm going to get to that. When you come from that and when you know what you're here for, I am Mr. All Greatest, but you built for this role. Mm-hmm. You in it for the right reasons of winning these kids, to teach them. When they win, and you know when they win, because they come back to you and be like, man, because you woo. When you get that and they wasn't in the paper, versus obituary or anything else, right? And they ain't in the system and they ain't got no paperwork, and all this, then that's a win. Yeah. That's the win you should be concerned about.
That's the
not this not this game, not this football game. So he was on it only for the win. He wanted to get them boys off so they can play the game. Right.
I mean, you also think about like how much, like the logistics of it. Like they played back in Philly, they were really good. Then you get this chance to go to play to Florida. And you go down to play, and that costs money, and that was all there. And for a few players to go and
But he didn't do his job.
No, he didn't do his job.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So really,
I'm just saying.
What
if,
did you?
If he was, in my personal opinion, if he was really like the coach,
Yeah.
he would have been like, all right, take him. They
Right.
gotta learn.
That's
them.
the consequences.
That's the
right?
consequence.
Because I've been teaching that since back in Philly, right? He showed his cards, which was fucked up, and he can come at me all he want. I don't care, right? Do better, bro.
Absolutely.
Do better, because you know who's on your team, who's about some bullshit. You know, and them the ones I go straight to, be like, hey man,
Yeah. Knock it
you
off.
know I know, right? You know I know, right? Let's get it right. Let's start now. I know you don't. Just come on, man. Come on. Don't even try to play with me. Don't play with me. I know. So come on, let's start it now. What you mean, coach? Man, you know what I mean. Come on, bro. When you gonna make it right? There ain't no, you can't disguise this with me. When you have those type of conversations and you digging into their soul and their spirit and you see it in their eyes that they know, whoop, 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 whoop. Now you're on the path where you get to motherfucking Florida and you ain't got to worry about them stealing $2,000 in dicks.
Right.
Because you holding them accountable, but you ain't having those type of conversations and you ain't in their lives. You ain't checking on them. You ain't checking on no grades. Right. You ain't visiting. You ain't doing nothing. All you care about is the wins.
Right.
I mean, that's just a sad story all along.
Yeah, it's a sad story, but I get so.
But again, fuck around and find out.
Yep.
You find out.
Yeah.
There's consequences to everything.
Absolutely.
You might not get caught now, but eventually you will.
Yeah.
Right. Where were they? What was they? Now, where was you going to go with $2,000 worth of stuff?
Not only that though, but
how was you going to get that on the bus back?
Like, don't you think people would, like, you didn't have that earlier?
Yeah.
How do you have it now?
Yeah, it was 47 items.
47
between
items.
the 8 of them.
How you gonna get that back? So that's 8.
Well, I mean, they probably could have got it back.
Six, seven
like,
different things.
You know,
Shoes,
it was like
likely.
hoodies. I mean, they had the whole
The
receipt.
list?
I didn't read everything, but it was like hoodies, like track jackets, stuff like that. So they probably could have got it back.
You know the hard part about this conversation and me coming down on people and whatnot, the hard part about this is I understand. Let's flip this. Hey, man, my dad locked up. It's just me and my mom, but my mom is methed out. And it's my 2 sisters and my toddler brother. And I took this time to go to this game because my cousin's gonna watch them and hold it down. But we ain't really got shit. Electricity's off and on. Whoop-de-whoop, we ain't getting fed probably. So I'm trying to make this little loot on the side while we here. I can get in and out, boom, boom, get back, sell this merch, whoop, whoop. Now I could take care of my family.
No.
I think people use the taking care of their family. They use that
But it's
as
real though, bro.
It is real.
Listen, bro.
I know it's
highly
real.
doubt they were taking this stuff to go sell it. I highly doubt.
I think they were
Well, I'm
just
just-
keeping it. But I was just like I was saying. I think
I know you're playing devil's advocate. I get it, but I doubt it. Because that's the same thing people will say, like, you know, when they run up in a Walmart and start taking TVs, like, you just want the TV. You're not starving. You want a TV.
I mean,
Like,
you're
just keep it
you're
real.
not taking things that, like, you know, are necessities that are like food or water. or
I'm trying to
anything.
get this on cash though. I ain't defending, but I
Right, I understand it. I know it's a thing, but I also think that sometimes people use the thing as a family to make.
What happens when it's real though?
It is.
Y'all
real.
ain't making no comment on that.
What?
Y'all saying right away y'all don't believe it.
I'm saying under
But
any
what I'm-
circumstance, you shouldn't go into a store and steal clothing.
Right.
To say simply because you're at home and you're quote unquote starving. Yeah.
I just think it's a cop out when you say, even you may not have it, but to say that you're doing it for there's other ways to go about to feed your
How?
family.
He only 15, 16. How old was the team?
Yeah, 14 and 15.
I didn't
15
even
year
know.
olds.
You can get a
It just
paper
sounded
route.
like it, right?
Yeah. You
I
can
mean,
get a job
you can
at
get a
15.
paper route, you can pick
get
up
a job at 14.
there's things out there when you're 14, 15 years old you can do.
But my skill set, I'm ranked football player. I know what you're gonna say off of that. Go ahead. I'm a ranked football player. I can probably go to college with NIL. And
What are your grades like?
What you worry about that for, man?
Because
they handle my grades for me.
Because
you shouldn't be acting that.
I'm gonna ask you what your grades are. Just because you play football, you could be really good at football, but what happens if you break your knee and all of a sudden you ain't got no more football left?
You're such a square ball, bro. We worry about that when
and if you're going around stealing stuff,
man.
that's not your character's not going to take you very far.
Yeah, your
talent can take you places your character
won't ever get you.
Man, look, I just need money.
Short-sightedness stuff.
We all need money.
That's why we're doing this podcast, huh?
Yep. Amen.
Because these are the things that's being said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I need people to look at the bigger picture. And like you said, when you were that age, you didn't even look past 16, right? You didn't.
Well, I didn't see it. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to express to y'all,
I know.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
well, you don't see it.
So if
We
you're
were
just living
16
for the
months.
moment and you see no future, then that would explain a lot of the behavior. So you got
But
to look at the
then
big
you would
picture.
have to go, and I think you need to realize that you may not see if you were at that 15, 16, you might not see a future, but I 100% promise you there is one out there. There is a future out there. And if you feel like you have to go one way to achieve your future, whether it be, say you have to go the illegal route to achieve your future, right? You're gonna have a future. It might not be the one you were thinking of, but you're going to have a future. It's just, where do you want your future to go? Every human being, every kid, every boy, every girl has it within themselves to make decisions for themselves, whether or not they want what they want to do, if they want to be successful or if they don't want to be successful.
So we got to find out the best ways to have them look beyond tomorrow.
Yes, we have to be able to show them that there is something, there's not only is there a tomorrow, there's the tomorrow after that, the week after that. You know, if you have to do it, day by day, half a day.
But we must be failing then, though.
What's
I
that?
know we're getting along, but we must be failing because we've been having this conversation. Not this here. We've been having this conversation for decades on decades on decades.
Well, if you think about it, like if you look at the secular home, how many dads are in the home?
Well, we know how that happened. At least I think I do, right? But I'm sure y'all do too.
I think that as men, our children and other children, we need to be in the home. First of all, as men, we need to be in the home for our children. I believe 100% that kids will do really well when both parents are in the home.
Well, the statistics show that.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that as men, sometimes we're like, oh, look at that girl. She built like a Cadillac, and then you get down, you have some relations with her, and then next thing you know, you got a baby, and then you're like, well, man, I got a baby with this girl. But then you're off to the next girl, and then you got a baby with that girl, and all you're doing is you're running from woman to woman, and you're making children. At what point do you take responsibility for yourself, for your actions? You have a child, you should be there to take care of your child. Now that doesn't mean that fine, if you can be in the home together as a unit, as a mom and dad, 100% better. But if you have to work with your ex and to make it work, you have to put your children first before your own feelings. Whether you like the woman you had a baby with or not, you have to put that child's feelings first.
That's a whole nother episode.
All right, let's go wrap it up for today. But no, let's get into that more in the next episode. We'll talk about looking into the future, not being short-sighted, which is difficult to do if you are growing up in certain circumstances and you're not really seeing anything positive around you. But there is something positive
Always
that you can
something
look forward to.
positive.
But we'll get into that, and then we'll get into what Jackson just said.
Yeah.
On the next episode.
On the next episode.
We're out. Peace.